Welcome to GESARA for Dummies. It is the 13th of April 2025. Let's look at today's news from Professor William Liebenberg, prepared by Martin Stein. Please like, share and subscribe. Join our Telegram group in the comments below. Thank you. Let's go. The GESARA law. Take a look at this map. On the surface, it seems ordinary. But what if I told you it's worth $150 trillion? What makes this map so special? As you'll see, it points the way to a 15-figure fortune held by the federal government. We were shown this map by former presidential advisor Jim Rickards, one of the most politically connected men in America. Rickards has spent his 50-year career in the innermost circles of the U.S. government and banking. He believes Trump could soon release this frozen asset to the public. He says, when it happens, it could alter the course of America forever. Jim calls this stash of frozen assets our national endowment for good reason. If you divide this figure by the number of households in America, each family would receive $1.1 million. But something even more spectacular is bound to happen, and those who know what to expect could make a potential fortune. Elon's SpaceX sending US spy satellites into orbit. The South African government's ANC is ranked 16th most corrupt organization in the world by My Stick Corruption Index. In a damning new report, South Africa's ruling party, the African National Congress, ANC, has been ranked as the 16th most corrupt organization in the world out of 7,000 assessed by the My Stick Corruption Index. This shocking ranking places the ANC among the globe's most notorious kleptocratic regimes, corrupt corporations, and criminal syndicates. BRICS GESARA Nations Alliance. Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto met with BRICS New Development Bank President Dilma Rousseff in Jakarta and announced the country's desire to join the New Development Bank. Senegal in talks to join BRICS and contribute its resources, Foreign Minister Fall, quoted by TASS. Russia expects BRICS payment network to go global. SWIFT's monopoly under threat. BRICS is accelerating its break from Western financial dominance with a game-changing payment system that could soon welcome non-members, challenging SWIFT's global stronghold. Lavrov expects BRICS alternative to SWIFT to be open to non-members. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, addressing journalists in Almaty on April 11 after a Commonwealth of Independent States Council of Foreign Ministers meeting, expressed that countries outside the BRICS alliance could soon benefit from alternative financial systems being explored by the group. Lavrov emphasized the expanding nature of payment infrastructure within BRICS, with ongoing initiatives to reduce dependence on Western-dominated platforms. Lavrov highlighted that Brazil has advanced a key proposal within the bloc aimed at establishing a new payment platform. He stated, there are a number of other initiatives currently under consideration within the BRICS format, one of them being a proposal by Brazil to create an alternative payment platform, with work underway on this track. The Russian official further added, I am confident that countries, even those outside BRICS, will have access to such mechanisms when they are created. Lavrov's statement signals a broader geopolitical ambition for BRICS to become a hub for emerging economies that are seeking alternatives to systems such as SWIFT, which are largely controlled by Western financial authorities. In outlining practical steps already taken, Lavrov referenced Russia's domestic system as a functioning model of financial autonomy. He explained, there is an opportunity to form payment platforms, plural, independent of external influence, one example being the financial messaging system of the Bank of Russia. It is convenient, and it does not depend on any SWIFT network. These remarks come as BRICS nations continue to explore financial cooperation tools, including de-dollarization and digital currencies, in response to increasing geopolitical tensions and global economic realignment. Facts established. 1. BRICS has multiple cross-border payment systems. 2. They are all integrated into one network inside and outside the BRICS framework for all to use. 3. MCT repeatedly stated the global cross-border payment system will consist of multiple payment systems that will be integrated outside the cabal's SWIFT system. 4. SWIFT will become redundant by year-end. 5. BRICS is integrated with Ripple XRP. 6. The BRICS system will soon come online. 7. Trump's continuous sanctions on Russia are just optics, as the alliance uses them to protect Trump. When they collapse the cabal's fiat petrodollar. 8. The fiat dollar must be collapsed to make way for the coming gold-backed RLUSD. 9. BRICS is ready with Operation Sandman to collapse the fiat system. 10. Breaking the cabal fiat dollar was the strategy all along. Are you awake yet? Banks and economy. State Bank of Vietnam required to consider proposals on Basel III. Application. Payment systems. You need to know about Ripple XRP and how it will turn to gold. Ripple is the most private public operation ever deployed. It is a highly complicated operation which involves years of intense military planning. GESARA was planned to be rolled out on the 12th of September 2001, and the cabal stopped it on 9/11 with the World Trade Center's catastrophic event. No mistakes can be tolerated again to obliterate the cabal's fiat monetary system. We have only one chance. It is now a do or die situation. You thought Ripple was just another crypto company. Ripple isn't a startup. It's a deployment, a deep-seated military strategic plan, unfolding in perfection in real time. No other digital asset has 1. A CTO who worked on classified NSA systems. 2. A coin, XRP, that was pre-existing before the company was even formed. 3. Built-in compliance hooks before regulators even show up. 4. ISO 20022 alignment before anyone else even knew what it meant. 5. Partnerships with central banks, BIS, IMF, and the US Treasury. 6. Sits on the ISO 20022 board. Oh, and while the SEC pretended to sue Ripple, they went global, signed new nations, expanded liquidity corridors. That's not how real lawsuits go. That's how stress tests look, and timing is everything. Ripple isn't playing the game. Ripple was built by the rulebook writers. It is not protocol. It is not a Ponzi. It is a weaponized bridge. A bridge between the old system and the new, and they deployed it in silence. The bridge that takes you from fiat to gold. The golden bridge for the gold standard. The bridge is the integration of the alliances with multiple financial systems. This deployment was done to perfection while the previous cabal-controlled SEC thought it was stalling the extreme recovery plan. Your continuous impatience or disbelief means absolutely nothing to the executors. It will come together only when the Q military intelligence plan's perfect time allows it, as it is the final and only time to ensure the required 100% success. We are standing in anticipation on the bank ready to cross the bridge. Currency wars. Gold, silver reverse losses and soar to session highs as the rest of the world implodes. Transition from fiat to non-fiat. Accelerating. When you see the altcoins begin to rise in value, you will know that the new digital asset-based trading system is taking hold. The Seven Kingdoms. Polish Agriculture Ministry seeks control of Odessa port and 500,000 hectares of Ukrainian land. Poland's agriculture minister, Kwodzieżak, has expressed interest in leasing or purchasing part of the Odessa port to provide Polish farmers with access to the Black Sea. Additionally, the minister suggested that allocating 500,000 hectares of Ukrainian land for Polish agriculture could significantly benefit Poland, offering it for livestock farming. Surrounding countries will take parts of Ukraine. If Alberta, a province of Canada, becomes a part of the US, Canada will have a very rough go. Alberta houses 80% of Canada's oil and 70% of its natural gas reserves. It represents 12% of total GDP and is geographically situated between BC and the rest of the settled part of the country. The Northwest Territories, just to the north of Alberta, would likely join the US as well, completely splitting the country in two. Losing Alberta would mean an economic collapse for Canada, total energy dependence on foreign petroleum, and a logistical nightmare for transportation. If Alberta comes aboard, the rest of Canada will probably not be far behind. That sums up your Sunday news. Have a great week. See you tomorrow.